Totally didn't expect that. That was a friggin' steal of a deal. In the second week in a row? Oh my god. What's up, everybody? I am back out and I'm doing the garage sales, of course. It is Friday, and there's a couple right here in my neighborhood, and then I think I'm headed over to the next town/city, and I heard there was a neighborhood sale. Unfortunately, it did start yesterday, but yesterday was a crazy day, and hopefully today is as good as yesterday was. Stay tuned, guys. So strike one, the first sale that I was supposed to go to apparently wasn't happening today. Apparently they only had it for one day. I don't normally see that. Usually at least there's like 2 days or 3 days some people have for their garage sales. But now I'm in this neighborhood sale. I hit up a couple sales. No luck at the first one. And the second one said that they might have some old Nintendo stuff, but it's not at this house. And then he said he'll be having a sale before September when he's supposed to move, I guess. And he'll probably try and sell it there. So now I got to keep an eye out for a garage sale that happens on this road. So definitely strike one, but keep that positive attitude. I had 2 great weekends in a row. I'm sorry, I had a great weekend last weekend, and this weekend started out amazing. So positive attitude. Let's see if we can find some more stuff. Stick around, guys. So we got something. It is nothing to write home about, but for $1 I picked up Shinobi for the PS2. It's a little beat up, but the disc looks good, so apparently they took better care of the disc than the case. So yep, that's all I got so far. I've hit up I think 4 sales total. And then there was another sale that I ran into. It had 360 games, but nothing I was really interested in. So we're just going to keep going around this circle here and see what else we find, okay? To the hunt! Went to another sale. Had a bunch of boxes of DVDs and CDs. I went through them, see if there was anything I needed. But in the midst of the DVDs, there were a couple video games. And one that I picked out for $1 is Dead Rising, Chop Till You Drop. And honestly, like, just looking at this, I was like, this doesn't look half bad. And it also looks like there's a leveling system, which I have no idea what that is, what it means. So, zombie RPG, I don't know. I've never played it before. If you guys know anything about this game, if you think it's any good, whatever, leave comments down below, please. I always like to read your comments. But we're going to keep going. There's a couple more sales out here, I think. And then I'm going to check in some of the other neighboring areas, all right? All right, by now I believe we've hit strike 2 and 3. Haven't had much luck other than the 2 games. However, I did find somebody who said that they have video games, their sons have them, but they won't sell them or go through them, but she was pretty adamant about trying to get rid of them. I guess she's just really, really trying to make up some space. So I left my number with her and my name, and I told her what I was looking for. Old Nintendo stuff, mainly cartridge-based stuff, because that's what she said that she had a lot of. So hopefully, the sons just decide, stop bugging me, Mom. I'll sell them if it get you off my back. Sounds like something I would say. And maybe she'll give me a call back. I hope so, because that'd be a really nice find, especially on this weekend, because this weekend's been going great. It's been slow today, but I'm probably heading out tomorrow. I think there's a couple other sales that that aren't starting till tomorrow. So stay tuned. If there's no other sales tomorrow, this will probably be the end of it. So look for the recap if nothing else. So you guys stay tuned and check out all the stuff that I got. What's up, everybody? I am back with your recap of this weekend's garage sale pickups. This is definitely not as big as last weekend's. Last weekend's, I never thought I'd get a haul that big again. But I definitely have some quality in this one, so just stay tuned. If you guys felt kind of bored from the first half of this video, it's definitely going to get better. to start with, we'll go over the stuff that you already know about because I showed it. Basically, one sale had some PS2 stuff, and I picked up one game because they only wanted $1 a piece, and it is Shinobi on the PS2. And this is obviously in a Blockbuster case. It is complete, though. I definitely picked it up because it was complete, but it's in a Blockbuster case by the embossment here, if you can see it. I don't even know if there's a glare. I'm filming these with my phone now. But the manual itself is a little bent, and that's mainly because it's in a case that just it's not made for it. So I'm gonna have to just switch out the cases, but happy to pick this up. This looked like fun too. I don't know much about Shinobi, but let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys have ever played the Shinobi series, let me know what you guys think. And then there was another sale. I found this in a mix of DVDs. The guy wasn't even really, he was in the garage like looking out and waiting for us to, I don't know, just pick something out and buy it. But I ran through the DVDs real quick because you never know if you're going to find games in there. And there was two. They were both Wii titles. One of them was a Tiger Woods game, and I obviously don't want much to do with that. He did only want $1, so it wouldn't have been too much of a loss. But even trading that in for store credit, probably wouldn't have gotten my money back. With that said, though, I did pick this one up. It is Dead Rising, Chop Till You Drop. And I think this looks like very good for a zombie game. It's made by Capcom, so I'm hoping it's good. It is complete. But the reason why I was so interested in this is because it looks like it has an RPG element to it because there's a leveling system. I can see here on the thing, on the back of the case, one of the screenshots, it shows that you can get up to level 25. So I don't really know much about this either. So definitely let me know about this too. Leave it in that comment section. This definitely looks like a fun game, and as much as Capcom has not been at their best, this definitely looks like it was a step in the right direction, even though I guess they probably didn't really keep up to it. I don't really know. I haven't even played many current Capcom games, but we're going to move on now. We're going to just go quickly. That was, besides this one other thing I'm going to save till the very, very end, that was pretty much it for my garage sale pickups, just those two games. And it's sad when you think about it, but this one sale on its own that I picked up was totally worth it anyway. Doesn't even matter that I don't have a lot. But I'm going to skip forward now. A friend of mine, he goes by the name Roger, he had some stuff. He's a friend of a friend, and he goes, hey, I got some stuff at my house, and I'm kind of just looking to get rid of some of it. If you'd be interested, come over and take a look, and we'll discuss price, blah, blah, blah. So I went over, and he had a tub full of miscellaneous stuff, from consoles to games and controllers and accessories, all that fun stuff. And then he also had a couple drawers and a separate room with a wall that had some game stuff on it. He is keeping some of it, unfortunately, but that's okay. I completely understand. I mean, doing what I do, why wouldn't you want to keep it? I know a lot of these games are fun to play. But what he did let me get away with, I was super happy. He even threw a freebie in there, so we're gonna jump right into it. Not leaving you in so much suspense. We're gonna start with he gave me this Xbox 360 game. I did pay for it. Obviously, he didn't give this one to me. This isn't the freebie, but he said he'd never played it, and he was willing to part with it. But he also wants to know how it is because, I don't know, maybe he'll borrow it from me. But that's Blue Dragon on the Xbox 360. It is complete, and it looks very, very interesting. I had never really heard of this,
but it definitely looked really cool. And I mean, I don't have very many 360 RPG games, so this is definitely going to be worth a shot. And I thought this was kind of cool. Oops, disc almost popped out. I thought this was kind of cool. Like, you have your art right here, but then the manual, it kind of has like a Dragon Ball Z type manual in there, and I just thought that was really cool. And it's also got a thick manual too. I mean, this is the stuff I love the most, is these big thick manuals. You never see them anymore, and I'm surprised with an Xbox game that you have a manual at all. Then next, he had some Wii games, ones that I didn't have, and some that I did. I mean, I could have picked some up and tried to resell them, but I didn't want to do that to him. So, I picked up a couple games that I don't have. I was always a fan of this series, and that is Worms, A Space Oddity. Oddity? Yes, Oddity. Space Oddity. It is complete. I do really like these Worm games. They're fun little strategy war type games. I played them when I was a kid, and I had a lot of fun with them. And unfortunately, this isn't your Nintendo 64 Worms Armageddon, which has some serious value to it nowadays. But this is definitely a good addition to the Wii collection, my ever-growing Wii collection. I have so many games for the Wii now. It's very easy to as well. There's over 1,000 games for the system. But then this one I was super happy to pick up. It's originally an NES game, and then it was redone and made up with some different quirks to it for the Wii. And I also heard this was a hidden gem, that this was a lot of fun to play. I'm pretty sure Metal Jesus Rocks did a video for this. And that's A Boy and His Blob. I mean, anyone who's played the NES title knows that this is going to be at least halfway decent, and that is complete. And I can't wait to pop this one in. This one should be a lot of fun to play. I didn't play much of the one for the NES. Actually, I don't even know if I played it at all. I can't recall at the moment. But that should definitely be fun to try out. Okay, now we're going to run to the freebie he gave me really quick before we go into the two big things that I got from him that I was most excited to get. He threw in this Capcom Pad Soldier for free. Now this is a really, really weird thing. It's a Super Famicom. It's for the Super Nintendo. I'm gonna unwind this really quick. It's got the Capcom logo right here. It says Capcom Pad Soldier right there. This looks super cool. I have no idea where he got this from, but it's for the Super Famicom. But I'm pretty sure you can just plug this into the Super Nintendo and play it. If not, then it'll just be a nice little cool piece that I have. But this it's interesting because of the way you hold it. You're holding it like this. It's almost like you're holding a gun with your left hand, and you have your D-pad and your start and select buttons up here. But then you have to kind of turn your hand over, like up, like so your palm's almost facing the top, and then you have your X, Y, L, B, A, and R buttons right there. It's interesting. I never seen anything like this before, and it's definitely a cool little piece to have. It's a little dirty. I mean, he had some of this stuff in storage. So just clean that up a little bit, making it look nice. And I definitely want to give this a try. I don't even know what I'm going to play this with, but what game I'm going to try this out with. But I'll figure something out. It looks super cool. I'm really excited to have it. I like cool little out of the ordinary type things, even your accessories. Now next, I think this one I was most excited to get. It's not a game, it's another accessory, but I'm really happy to have something like this, and I hope it works for the original NES. If anyone knows, like the Super Famicom stuff, if it works for the Super Nintendo, I never claim to know everything, but especially this. Let me know if it works with the Super Nintendo down below, because otherwise they just become nice little pieces in my collection that I show off. Yeah, kind of shorter, whatever. But this is a Super Lynx by BPS. It's a controller converter, adapter, anyway. Basically, it's like the one that you can get for Super Bomberman, where you can play with 4 players instead of just 2. And I'm definitely excited to have this. I'm definitely looking forward to picking up Super Bomberman later on in the future. It's one of my most wanted Super Nintendo games at the moment. But now that if this works, and when I do get Super Bomberman, I'm going to try this out. I could totally play with 4 people, and it would just be such a good time. But then, on top of that, and some people would argue that this is probably the best thing out of everything I got. It's a Super Nintendo game, and everyone loves this game that I know. That's Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. Now, this actually doesn't have a sticker on the back. It's an embossed kind of thing on the back. Like most of these have stickers on the back. This one does not, and it's a little used and well played, I'm sure. But I'm super happy to add this to the collection. I don't as you may or may not know, I was never huge into Castlevania at all when I was a kid. So I've never even played this one. So this will definitely be an awesome game to put in one day. And I picked up all of that stuff from my friend Roger for $40, which was a super good deal. He's happy and I'm happy, so that is really all I could ever ask for. Now, what you've been waiting for is, this was the first garage sale I've hit up all weekend, and it has a little story behind it. I'm going to try and move quickly so this isn't a 30-minute video, but basically, to shorten a long story, I hopped on Craigslist, and when I usually hop on Craigslist, the first thing I do is I go into the video game section and see if anyone's selling anything, and see if they're selling it at a decent price. And then I'll go to like my garage sales and I'll look to see what has games, if anything has Nintendo stuff, blah, blah. Basically, went into the game section though, and I saw an ad for some Super Nintendo games. Now, they were nothing huge to write home about, but there was one I definitely didn't have. Actually, well, there was 3 I didn't have, and I was kind of interested in. So I messaged the lady, and we made a deal that I would get these three games. One of them happened to be Super Adventure Island for the Super Nintendo. And I asked her if she would take $10 for all 3, and she said yes. But then sent me an email back shortly after saying that that wasn't hers and she couldn't sell it to me. But then there's these 2 others. And I said, okay, how about those 2 plus the 2 I mentioned before for $12? And she said, okay. Then she sends me another email saying, I think I'm just going to decide to sell the stuff in a garage sale that I'm having this weekend. And here's the information for the garage sale in case you want to come. That got me bent out of shape. I was really upset, really upset. But then she goes, I'm also selling NES games, and here's a picture of all of them. And I took a quick glance over them, like really quick, like I missed some stuff there that I ended up picking up. And I sent her a message trying to buy the whole lot from her, and she rejected my first offer. I offered, I think, like $30, so I felt kind of bad after because it was kind of a lowball offer. But I offered her $30. She said no. Then we kept haggling until we hit something we were both happy with. I ended up picking up 15 games total, and I paid no, I'm sorry. The deal was for 15 games. When I showed up there, I also picked up one more to make a total of 16, and I paid a total of $57 for all of it. Now, that's basically the story, so we're going to get right into these. And I had to drive 40 minutes to pick these up because she was originally supposed to come out here, didn't end up doing that, and this story's definitely going as long as it normally would have if I were to tell it the long way. So we're going to dive right into this really quick. We're going to jump into the Super Nintendo games first because the quality lies in the NES stuff, and I'm still in awe of the stuff that I got from them. But the first one I got was a wrestling title that actually has a little bit of value. I was actually surprised. But it's one that I played when I was a kid, and that's why I picked it up. And that's WWF Raw, made by LGN, that wonderful company everyone hates. But then these are the two games that she showed me after she told me I couldn't pick up Adventure Island, Super Adventure Island. And one of them's Super Mario All-Stars. And this was not a label upgrade for me, so that I'm probably going to sell. And then this one was a label upgrade, and I already switched it out and this is my copy that I'm now going to sell. And that's Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. They're in used shape, but they still look decent. Then we're going to move on to the cream of the crop, the NES stuff. Now, I don't really even know. I mean, obviously know a partial order that I'm going to show these, but I'm trying to think. Okay. So we're going to do some typical games and some really good ones. There's some really good stuff here. Let's see. There's 13. I picked up 13 NES games total, and 3 Super Nintendo for 16, obviously. The first one here is Gremlins 2, the new batch. And a lot of these came with these protective sleeves, which I was super excited about. This one has some label damage in the corner, but still definitely really cool, really good. Then I was just talking about this one, and I mean, I have the Wii version of it, but now I have the NES version, A Boy and His Blob. And it's in super good shape. If you can tell from the label, if there's no huge glare. It's in great shape. I'm going to move a little quicker here, though. We got Dragon's Lair, and it has its manual, which I thought was super cool. It's all in decent shape, too. Or more than decent shape. Super happy to add that. Then we got Star Wars for the NES, and that has its manual as well. I was super stoked to have the games in general, but when I saw some of these had their manuals, I was like, wow, I'm all for this. I'm all over it. Here's a good Capcom game. This was Little Nemo Dream Master. It's a common game, but I didn't have it, and I mean, essentially, I paid like $3 a game for these. Rounding, that's probably rounding down. I probably paid more like $3.50 per game. And then we got some obvious quality titles, but very easy to find still. Super Mario 2. This was actually my old copy. The copy I got from her, it was a label upgrade, so this is actually my copy because I went and put them on the shelf. We got Super Mario 3. And then we've got the gold cart of The Legend of Zelda. Now that was all the typical titles. These are the ones that when I saw them, I was super stoked to see them and I had to pick them up. And we're going to start here with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Now, I had the manual. I don't remember where I got this, but I picked up the manual a while ago. I don't even think it was in a video. I had found it somewhere, and I asked if I could have it from whoever I saw it from, and they said, yeah, sure. So, one step away from having that complete. But that was super cool. Then this one, I had no idea what this game was about, but I picked it up because it looked kind of cool and interesting, especially by the art on it. And then I found out that it had a little bit of value to it, and that is, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Kickle Cubicle. Yeah, Kickle Cubicle. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. It says Kickle and then Cubicle. So, it definitely looks interesting. I mean, there's a baby with headphones, and then looks like an ice cream cone being held by a snowman and a clown. down there. Interesting to say the least. But then, these last three, I think I was the most excited to see. This one mainly because I saw a review for Cinemassacre. I think Matt Matei did a... or no, I'm sorry. This was it was a top 10 NES games, I think, for him. I think it was his number 10. But I was super excited to see it, and that's Felix the Cat. And it's a Hudson Soft game. I heard, according to him, it's short, but it's a lot of fun to play. And he goes back to it again and again to play it. I can't wait to give it a shot. The two I was most excited for obvious reasons, but mostly because I didn't have them in my collection, and I've never played them before, either of them either. Like, you're going to be surprised, but the first one is Disney's DuckTales. Woo! That's right. I actually never played this game before, and I may get massacred for saying that, but I never played it before, and I'm super happy to add it to the collection. It's in great condition. Not a fade or tear on the label. And now this one is the big one. This is the mother load right here. And you're going to have to probably squint and look at the screen a little harder to make sure that I'm not trying to fuck with you. But when I saw this, my jaw dropped. And that is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2.
The 2 is right there. It's Chip and Dale 2. I was floored. I was absolutely floored to find this because when I looked closely, I was excited regardless because I was like, oh, she has Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I've been wanting to have that game. I played it on an emulator, but I never played it when I was a kid, and it was a lot of fun. I loved playing it. But then I saw a little smudge next to it because I was looking at the top label, and I saw the 2. And like I said, I think I immediately was shaking the minute that I saw it. I never, in my wildest dreams, there's just games that you're just like, I'm never going to have the money to buy them from a retail store, and I never, ever expect to find them for dirt cheap. But I essentially, and it's not in the best condition, there's some sticker residue, but that can easily be taken off. But I essentially paid $3.50 for this game. I just, oh my god, it's just crazy. Just to have this in my possession. I still don't even have Chip and Dale 1, but I have Chip and Dale 2. I still can't believe that I'm holding this game right now. But that is how I'm going to conclude my video with that amazing find. I'm going to end this like I always do. Please leave a comment down below if you have anything, any questions or concerns. I don't even fucking know. I completely don't believe it. And also hit the like button if you like my videos, and of course subscribe if you are not subscribed. But until next time, guys, you take care. Peace out.